Oke, opening sudah selesai. Lanjut yang kemarin gitu. Kemarin kita di bawah tanah, di bawah old school. Dan untuk mengambil senjata kita dapat apa tuh namanya, lupa saya.
That's called a master quartz.
Master quartz.
If you set that into the large slot in the center of your arcus, you'll be able to use arts. Go on, give it a try.
Oke. Master quartznya cuma satu. Kecuali di game ketiga ada dua. Ada cadangannya satu ya. Iya, aku tahu. Di mana? Di sini kan? Astaga. Udah.
What in the world?
That light means that you've successfully synchronized with your arcus.
Oke.
Congratulations! Now you can use arts as much as you want. These arcus units have plenty more nifty features. But I wouldn't want to bombard you with too much info all at once, so we'll
Cari
cover
tahu
those
sendiri
another
ya.
time. Anyway, since you've got your
Sialan.
arcus all set up and ready to go,
Tapi nggak bisa juga sih.
when you step through that door, you'll be in an underground testing area.
Dungeon ada di situ
It's a
coy.
dungeon. It's pretty large and full of twists and turns. I'd almost guarantee you'll get lost at least once. But when you find the exit, you'll be able to return to the first floor of this old schoolhouse.
Oke.
With all that said, let's commence our special orienteering exercise. Your objective is to make your way through this area and back to the surface.
Balik lagi ke permukaan.
Make it back in one piece,
Lupa
and I'll be
artinya
happy to
teh.
field any complaints you might have. If you make
Okay,
it back
ma'am.
safely, I might even give you a kiss. Free of charge.
Oh.
On the cheek, of course.
Oh. Menghancurkan harapanku. Tapi nanti di game keempat. Nanti di game keempat bukan ya. Tapi spoiler jauh sekali saya.
I don't think she's joking.
Orang cool lewat. Ya seru, orang cool mau lewat.
And just where do you think you're going? Were you planning to wander off on your own without saying anything?
I have no interest in becoming friends with
Orang keren.
anyone here. And
Orang
I'm surprised
cool,
that you, of all people, give a damn what I do.
Mengingatkan saya pada teman saya gitu.
Unless you've suddenly decided you do want to keep company with one of those stuck-up hedonists after all. Still, if you're afraid of the monsters, I suppose I could accompany you.
Gila, keren banget.
After all, what kind of Erebonia noble would I be if I didn't have at least some degree of prowess with a sword?
What the hell? Nobody's asking your high excellency to deign to help us. If that's how you're gonna be, I'll just find my way out of here before you. I'm perfectly capable of taking care of myself without some relic of an outdated class system dragging me down.
Keren sekali gitu. Sangat cool sekali.
What should we do?
The only thing we can do. We should begin exploring these ruins ourselves.
Jalan-jalan coy.
I believe it would be prudent to remain in small groups, however. Would the two of you have any objections to accompanying me?
Oh, no, that's fine. It would be a huge help, actually.
And you're welcome to join us as...
Hilang ya.
Well, I suppose that's a no. Perhaps we'll run into her along the way and she can join us then. So? Shall we be off? I'm certain you gentlemen will be fine, but do take care.
Okay.
Oke.
If you'll excuse us, please.
Oh ya, Mas marah ya. Kalau nggak salah 2 bulan baru dimaafin ya. Spoiler alert.
Nah, such a hot first impression there, huh?
You can say that again.
I'll have to clear things up with her later. Should the three of us stick together too?
Sounds good to me. I'd get pretty anxious wandering around a place like this alone.
Oh iya, pasti.
No objections here. I'd be happy to accompany you.
Thank you. Penyihir 1, tombak 1, Gaius Wurzel.
I don't believe I've introduced myself yet. My name is Gaius Wurzel. I just arrived in the Empire, so any help you can offer,
Dia dari
much
negara
appreciated.
sebelah. Dari North kalau salah.
Oh, so you're from abroad. I'd been wondering.
I'm Elliot Craig. So, you fight with that?
Of course. Why else would I be carrying it?
Iya juga sih. Iya juga.
It's a spear, but it has that odd cross-shaped head.
It looks kind of
Awesome.
Think of it as combining the best parts of a spear and a poleaxe. I was pretty handy with it back home. But speaking of weapons, I have to say, yours looks pretty unique.
Orbal staff.
Oh, this thing.
Is it a staff? Wait, no. It's an ornament, isn't it?
Both, actually. It's an orbital staff. The tech is pretty recent. This one's still a prototype, more or less. Back during enrollment, they told me I had some aptitude for it, so when it came time to choose, I just sort of ran with it.
Interesting. I've never seen anything like it before.
Can't say I have either.
They're still in development, apparently, so there aren't too many around just yet.
Masih baru.
But that said, I'm curious about what you've got there, Reen.
Single
Oh,
blade
my
edge.
sword?
Tipe-tipe Jepang.
Yeah, but what kind of sword is it?
It's different from the kinds of swords I thought the people in the Empire used, though.
It's an Eastern style of saber called a tachi.
Tachi.
Any way you slice it, though, it's basically a longsword.
Wow, that's one beautiful blade.
The craftsmanship looks exceptional.
They're renowned for the layering of their steel and the sharpness of their edge. Truth be told, though, I'm still a little hesitant to be swinging around something this dangerous.
Seriously? If that's what hesitant looks like, I'll bet confidence will make you unstoppable.
Of course.
Well, you sound like a good guy to have around when the going gets tough. Speaking of which, I think we've been standing around long enough.
Oh iya benar juga.
We should really be getting ourselves into trouble.
I
Lanjut
think I can
jalan.
manage that. You saw it yourselves. Trouble has a way of dropping in on me. Let's take it slow and steady, though. We need to adapt to each other's fighting styles to really gel as a team.
Got it.
Kelamaan ngobrol ya. Oke, taktik. Attack A.
Yikes! A monster!
Santai aja dong.
Huh, never seen this kind before.
Dari belakang.
Wind's behind us. Let's
Iya, biar kita dapat keunggulan gitu kalau nyerang dari belakang.
My turn!
Ah, kita belum bisa pakai craft ya.
Alright.
Oh, sekarang bisa, sialan. Tapi nggak ada CP. Oh, udah lah ya. Ada CP.
My turn!
Gak ada juga.
Leave it to me.
Turbo mode.
Right!
Oh, itu turbo mode ya.
Has ever... Please tell me there aren't more of those things lurking around here.
I hate to tell you, but I can sense more further in.
Anyway, let's just stay alert.
Ayo hati-hati semuanya. Oke. Ya bodo amat. Ya.
My turn!
Alright.
Here we go!
Saya lupa lari pencet apa ya. Oh ini RB. Jangan lupa kan kita main game RPG ya. Jangan lupa cari-cari sesuatu ya. Oke, sialan. Kita harus kesini dulu.
Oh, a treasure chest!
Saya nggak lihat tadi ya. Nggak lihat. Ya. Udah. Untuk nge-save. Dan isi darat juga ya, kayak biasa lah. Ya. Lagi nggak butuh ya. Nanti saja. Kita harus pakai arts untuk melawan musuh-musuh yang kayak gini. Nggak bisa dari belakang lagi.
Go!
Mereka lemah terhadap api. Jurus api jadi fireball lebih efektif. Tidak usah. Untuk defense tidak usah. Ya, tekannya cukup. Plus not bad. Skip.
Is everybody okay?
Easy. Lanjut.
I'm starting to lose my sense of direction down here.
Yeah, gotta make sure we're not going in circles.
Tutorial.
Winds, give us...
Banyak cuy musuhnya.
My turn.
Tidak gunain untuk defense. Single. Tidak area.
It's my turn.
Aduh. Ini area nih. Udah mati tuh.
Go!
Ini juga area.
There!
Sing. Paralyze-nya. Ya, cepet deh. Counter attack. Counter.
My turn!
Gak usah lah, simpan aja lah untuk lawan
Leave it
bos.
to me.
Kita tekan aja lah, biar cepet.
Alright.
Dan hemat CP. Karena CP disimpan untuk lawan bos. Capek deh.
Elliot, are you okay?
I don't see any obvious injuries.
I'm okay. I was just so relieved the fight was over. The strength kind of just left my legs. I'm amazed how calm you two are. You don't seem tired or worried or anything.
I guess I'm just used to fighting monsters like these.
Udah biasa deh.
You need a hand?
No, I'll be fine. It was just a momentary lapse on my part. I can get up. And there we go.
Look out!
Elliot!
What?
Surprise motherfucker.
No!
V. Ada V lewat. Spoiler lagi.
What?
Looks like I made it just in time. Thank Adios for that.
Oh bukan. Itu Makias. Saya lupa juga.
Oh, it's you!
Tapi nanti juga ketemu sama V juga.
You said your name was Machias, right?
That's right. I came to realize that I shouldn't have just stormed off like I did. I let that arrogant noble goad me into losing my composure, acting on impulse. So I just wanted to say, I'm sorry. I acted foolishly and I hope you can forgive me for it.
Yeah.
No sweat. Water under the bridge.
Yeah, we all have moments when we say or do things we regret. That's human nature for you.
I'm just glad I happened to be passing by. After I'd cooled my head, I decided to retrace my steps, and there you were. Is it just the three of you here?
Yeah, we stood around talking for a while, so the others are probably ahead of us at this point.
I don't think there's any reason to go back any farther. I can't imagine you'll find anyone there.
I see.
Kami paling belakang soalnya.
I don't suppose you'd mind if I came with you.
Iya.
I'm reasonably skilled with the
Gak
gun, so
apa-apa,
you might
santai
find it
aja.
useful having me along.
Sure thing. Welcome aboard.
Selamat datang di tim.
The name's Reen Schwarzer.
Rain Swozer.
I'm Elliot Craig. It's nice to meet you.
My name is Gaius Warzel. It's a pleasure.
Makias Regrets.
The pleasure's mine, I assure you. My name is Makias
Regnitz.
Could I ask you what social class you each belong to? I realize how that must sound, considering my recent outburst. But please, don't take it personally. I'm simply curious to know who I'm associating with.
Well, both my parents are commoners.
Iya benar.
Likewise, though my homeland has no class
Ya dia
system
beda
to begin
negara, benar juga.
So you're from abroad then? What about you, Reen?
Si Rain ini agak complicated.
Well,
Saya tidak mau spoiler.
let's just say I haven't got a drop of noble blood in my veins.
Iya benar.
So I guess we're all in equal standing here.
Well, now that's a relief. We should probably get moving then. Somewhat concerned about the girls, as you might imagine. I'd feel much better if we were around to help if they wound up in danger.
Yeah, I suppose there's strength in numbers.
All right, let's go.
Join the party. Lanjut jalan. Salah itu ke belakang ya. Oh iya benar, bodoh lah. Lanjut ke depan dong.
What's a place like this even doing on the school grounds?
Yeah, who puts a giant trapdoor in a campus building?
Enemy sighted! Take them out!
My turn!
Here we go!
Oke kan. Tidak sampai 4 ya. Ayolah.
Right!
Cuman satu single target. Oke gini aja lah. Attack biasanya aja. Lebih bagus. Meskipun gratis tapi single target.
Take this!
Ya.
My turn!
Look.
Go! Alright! Leave it!
Oke, easy. Selalu dari belakang. Kita main dari belakang dong.
Here we go!
Kita main tuh dari belakang ya.
There! Leave it to me.
Tidak mati dong.
Time is precious. We should... I did it!
All right!
Level up
Nice.
semua ya. Kecuali Marias nggak level up.
The wind's behind us. Go! There!
My turn!
It's my turn. Right! Alright.
Oke. Lanjut jalan.
It's a fight they want. Go!
4. Nah, bagus. Hemat CP gitu kan.
It's my turn.
Dan bisa nyerang musuh sebanyak mungkin. Hemat.
Leave it to me.
My turn!
Go! Leave it. Alright.
Ya udah. Lanjut lagi. Nanti dulu. Kiri dulu dong. Oh enggak, ketemu yang cewek dulu.
We meet again.
Dan
Good to see you guys are hanging in there.
I'm glad the four of you are unharmed as well.
Well, it seems you've cooled your head a bit at least.
Yes, I've calmed down now.
At any rate, I don't believe I've introduced myself yet, have I?
Laura. I know you. Favorit saya setelah
I'm Laura S. Arcade, from the town of Legram.
nomor 2 favorit saya gitu.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Huh. Legram?
That's down on the southeastern outskirts of the Empire, isn't it?
Correct. It's an old castle town on the shores of Lake Ebel. We're connected to the rest of the country by train, but other than that, it's a fairly remote region.
That name sounds so familiar.
Iya.
Wait, so your father would be...
Yes, my father is Viscount Arcade, Lord of Legram.
Dia Nobel juga.
Do you take issue with that?
No, not at all.
Magius, was it? I can only speak for myself, but I don't feel I've ever done anything to bring shame upon myself in Adios's eyes. And I fully believe the same to be true of my father.
Please, I meant no offense. I'm sorry if I, say, I don't believe we've been introduced.
Emma. Iya, Emma. Milstein.
I'm Emma Milstein. Like Laura, I come from a distant region of the Empire.
Ya
I was
benar
only
juga
able
sih.
to attend Thor's thanks to a
Jaring
scholarship.
satu ya.
It's very nice to meet you.
A scholarship? Indeed. Now that you mention it, our instructor did say yours was the top score on the entrance exam.
You must be quite the prodigy.
Maybe it seems like it now, but really, I'm not. I don't have any training in the martial arts either, so this is the weapon they recommended for me.
Orbal. See?
Oh, cool! You got an orbital staff too. Yours looks different from mine, though.
So it does. I wonder if it's just cosmetic.
Oh, really? Itu kosmetik? Dan dia masih marah, Bung. Iya.
Is something the matter? We're all acquainted now. It's only proper that you introduce yourself.
Yeah, okay. I'm Lisa R. from Ruhr. It's a pleasure to meet almost all of you.
Almost. Yeah.
Elisa.
Ruhr, huh? What's it like living there? There's probably a new technological breakthrough every week.
The Reinford Company is based in Ruhr, and they're the largest heavy industry corporation on the continent, aren't they?
Iya, dia yang punya gitu. Spoiler lagi, Yen.
I suppose they are.
So, hey, I guess that bow must have been in that case you had with you when we first met, right?
Lucu aja di sini.
I've never seen one like it. Is there some kind of orbital mechanism built in?
Mau ngajak ngobrol ya.
There is, but I don't see how that's any of your business.
See?
Yeah. Anyone got any ideas on what to do now?
I think that would be for the best. It's not safe for a group of girls to travel alone. You may require protector.
You needn't be concerned about that.
Arcade. OP deh, gak bohong saya.
I beg your pardon?
I don't mean to boast, but I'm confident my swordsmanship will be more than sufficient to protect us. For now, I think it's best to remain in separate groups. There are still 2 of us who remain unaccounted for.
That's right. We still haven't run into that silver-haired girl.
V maksudnya V.
In that case, 2 teams means double the chance to find them. 2 teams is double the coverage, and double the chance of crossing paths with our missing companions. How's that sound?
I have no objections. So then, shall we be off?
All right.
Ya dia memang kayak gitu kan.
We'll see the 4 of you later then.
Tapi dia main heroinnya gitu. untuk game pertama sama kedua. Dia main heroinnya. Meskipun bukan favorit saya. Yang sabar
Really
ya.
doesn't seem like she's gonna let that go, does she?
It was clearly an accident. Everyone could see this. But I don't suppose it makes any
Sabar,
difference to her.
Rin Sponsor.
Still, is no one else worried about leaving a group of girls to fend for themselves in a place like this? There are 4 of us here. Perhaps one of us should go follow them.
Nggak usah.
I don't think we have anything to worry about as long as Laura's with them. She really wears her skill on her sleeve. I doubt she drags around a sword that big just for show.
Ya, nggak mungkin dia bawa pedang itu cuma untuk pamer ya.
It's certainly an enormous blade. I'd call it comically huge if it didn't look so dangerous. But at the end of the day, a lady is a lady.
Oke, sedikit feminis. Seksi ya, salah.
She's taller and sturdier than I am. Though I admit it's still hard to believe anyone could swing that beast of a sword.
I'll bet she can whip it around without breaking a sweat.
Sesama pengguna pedang.
The Arside School of Swordsmanship serves as a general basis for the techniques used by knights throughout the Empire. And her father, the Viscount, is arguably the strongest swordsman in the country. People call him the Radiant Blade Master.
Bapak itu orang terkuat itu di negara ini.
I doubt any of the other students here could even stand
Salah
around
satu.
against her in combat, much less beat her.
Wow, interesting. I didn't know there were still roots of the old knightly styles alive in the Empire.
You sure know a lot about this stuff, Reen. A hobby of yours?
I'm a swordsman myself. I guess the lore sort of comes with the territory.
Sama pengguna pedang.
At any rate, how about we pick up the search? I'm worried about that silver-haired girl. And we still need to track down Duke Albarea's son, too.
Oh, khawatir dengan si rambut putih si V. Dia lebih OP dari kalian ya. Untuk saat ini.
That's true.
I couldn't care less what happens to that pompous ass. He can rot down here.
Come on now. That's no way to treat someone you just met.
Ya lanjut, kita ke kiri dulu.
Looks like the path splits. Which way do you think we should go?
Wait,
I feel
Enemy
sial.
sighted. Let's take him out.
Right.
Here we go. Leave it.
Ayo cepat. Durasi.
there seems to be a treasure chest here.
Gak ada apa-apa ya, sialan. Ayo jalan, cepet. Masih jauh nih.
Winds, give us your blessing. Go.
My turn.
Ya kita
Leave it to me.
kayak gini aja biar cepet. Biar cepet coy. Ketemu V kalau nggak salah. Atau ketemu si Juices.
What's wrong?
More monsters?
No, not monsters.
V. Ya,
You're pretty sharp.
ya udah keluar, balik lagi tapi.
It's the silver-haired girl.
I'm glad to see you're all right. Though it looks like there was nothing to worry about in the first place.
Nope.
V.
Oh yeah, Fee Clausel. That's my name. You're just over halfway through. Keep it up.
Si. Seperti yang saya udah bilang. Ya udah selesai gitu. Balik lagi tapi.
Later.
Dia bilang kalian sudah setengah jalan.
Hey, wait!
Are you sure you'll be okay on your own?
I'll be fine. I'm used to this. See you at the end.
What just happened?
Wow. She certainly wasn't fibbing about being quick on her feet. Guess we really don't need to worry about her.
Yeah, now I'm more convinced than ever that she knows exactly what she's doing. Just over halfway through?
Si. Kalian lihat? Ya udah lewat gitu. Lanjut sampai ketemu Juices. Skip aja lah. Capek. Uses.
Do you hear that?
Someone's fighting up ahead. Come on!
Reen!
Wait for me!
Si Jusis. Dasar orang keren. Satu kali slash aja dia. Ya dia hebat memang, saya tahu.
Incredible.
That was really something.
Judging by that display, I don't think he needs any help from
Tidak
us.
butuh bantuan, cowok.
That's court fencing, an agile style favored by the nobility.
Orang-orang kerajaan aja gitu, orang-orang atas lah yang pakai pedang kayak gitu cuman.
Did you need something?
Sorry, I was just admiring your swordsmanship. I'm Reen Schwarzer. I didn't get the chance to introduce myself earlier.
I'm Elliot Craig.
Ya
Guys,
kenalan
Warzone.
dulu.
Nice to meet you.
I believe I
Silakan.
have already introduced myself, but once again, I'm Usis Alberea.
Hi Yusis.
And I have to say, I didn't think you had it in you. I'm impressed.
What are you talking about?
After all that bluster about finding your way to the exit alone, I wasn't expecting you to actually rely on others for help. I assume you came to your senses shortly after you stormed off, and then wandered back to apologize like a good boy. Truly, the virtue of the common man. Why, a preening noble such as myself would be far too proud to do such a thing.
Sombong
What the
bener
hell
dah.
is your problem? You nobles really are all the same. So full of yourselves, it's a wonder you don't pop.
Yeah,
You're not just a
yeah.
garden variety noble either. House Alberea is one of the highest ranking in the country.
Ya, keluarga kerajaan dia
You just
tuh
love
paling
looking
atas
down
ya.
on us less fortunate souls, don't you?
Se-negara game ini.
You're one to talk. I don't need a lecture in rank from the son of the imperial governor.
Wait, what?
Oh, I thought the name Regnitz sounded familiar.
Dia
Karl
gubernur
Regnitz, the first
kota
commoner
ya.
ever to hold the seat of imperial
Dan orang
governor in
biasa.
Heimdall. The first to rule the capital. And this headstrong young lad just so happens to be a chip off that old block. Pretty rarefied air for a simple commoner, don't you think?
What does that have to do with anything? Yes, my father is the imperial governor, but he earned that position through years of hard, honest work. Don't you go lumping him in with you nepotists who get your titles handed to you just for being born.
Perish the thought. No, I mainly just regard your father as a reformist, and a close friend of the Chancellor at that. And as you're vividly aware, his faction is in conflict with the noble faction, led by none other than the four great houses. When you look at it that way, your vitriolic disdain for the nobility suddenly seems rather cheap, wouldn't you say?
You son of a...
language.
Magius, don't do it!
Sabar ya. Kita stop aja Makiasnya. Belibet lagi ya. Sabar dong.
I know he's taunting you, but lashing out at him
Sabar,
isn't
eh?
going to solve anything. And Usis, don't you think that was a little uncalled for?
I wasn't the one who started this.
Let me... Damn it, just let me go already!
Oke.
Sorry, okay? Just... You guys should just go on ahead with him.
Oke. Dia mau menenangkan diri dulu, sepertinya.
I think you went a little too far, Usis.
Iya, keterlaluan
Being at
kamu.
odds with Machias is one thing, but dragging his father into it is pretty low. You're better than that.
Perhaps I was a bit out of line.
Agak kelewatan dikit deh.
It would seem I still have much to learn.
Si Elliot bingung ya.
You look shocked. Why?
Well, you're the son of Duke Alberea, right? I wasn't expecting the son of a noble to admit he was wrong. Wait, no, that came out wrong. I'm sorry.
Jarang-jarang
There's no need
itu
to address me
orang
so formally.
atas minta maaf itu.
We may come from different social spheres, but here at this academy,
kita
we're
satu
supposed to be
sekolah
on equal
juga.
standing. Or so
Sama
the
kita.
idea goes, anyway.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, yes, I'm with you all the way there.
Is class really that big a deal here in the Empire?
Oh
It
yeah.
is. This country has a long history, and the class system has been one of its central institutions for most of that. So what are you going to do, Eustace? Aki said to go with you, but I don't want to press you into coming along if you don't want to.
Mau ikut nggak?
I was intending to press on to the exit by myself,
Tapi
but I'd prefer not to mimic the
Kan?
actions of his ilk, so I'll accompany you.
What?
dasar sundere.
I'm just surprised we're worthy of your company. I mean, I'm looking forward to having you on the team.
Let's just go with that.
We should get moving then.
Oke lah. Jusis join the party. Oke, sepertinya sampai segini dulu gitu videonya udah kepanjangan gitu. Dan ya, bye.